Yes, good afternoon.
We are about to start our second session. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce Dr. Bharat Jain sir, speaker of today's second session. Dr. Bharat Jain is member secretary GCPC, that is Gujarat Cleaner Production Center. He has total 44 years of professional experience in environmental management. Sir had worked with Public Health Engineering Department, Government of Rajasthan and Gujarat. He had designed and executed number of water supply and drainage schemes. He has vast experience of planning of industrial estate with necessary infrastructure including common effluent treatment plants. Dr. Jain was also involved in carrying out environmental impact assessments. At present, he is working on retrofitting of existing industrial estates into eco-industrial parks. Dr. Jain is a member of Expert Appraisal Committee for Environmental Clearance, member of State Level Approval Committee for Assistance to Environmental Protection Measures, member of Technical Committee GPCB, Gujarat Pollution Control Board, and member of Environment Audit Committee GPCB, and many more to his credit. He is Vice Chairman of Narmada Clean Tech Limited and Director of many CETPs. Dr. Jain is graduated in Civil Engineering and postgraduate and PhD in Environmental Engineering and also having postgraduate diploma in Business Management. He is life member of Institute of Engineers and Indian Water Works Association. He has made several presentations at national and international forum and published more than 25 papers on environmental management. He has guided many students for their PG dissertation and PhD research work. Without wasting much of time, I invite Dr. Jain to take the charge of session. Please, sir.
Yeah, thank you and namaskar and good afternoon to all. Slightly technically it is regretted. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
at the outset, I am thankful for giving me an opportunity. Sorry, there was some delay. I was traveling from Vapi and just reached the. Yeah, so my presentation I am sharing. Just tell me if it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Is it
Visible.
Vaghela sir? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
the and very good that you have selected a very live topic of overall waste management, because that is the issues which we have been discussing a lot. And though there are many efforts we have already applied so far, waste management is concerned, be it domestic or industries or commercial. As you know that what we are promoting another tool that is the cleaner production for the waste, this waste management. And as you know, probably most of you know, and I've been discussing that since our center is working under technical guidance of UNIDO, and UN has come out with 17 goals, what they call sustainable development goals. So whatever development work which we take, we have to ensure that it should be sustainable. So to start with, you know, there are a number of goals like no poverty, zero hunger, and it is very related because so far our country is concerned, which is a developing country, and probably more than 30% people are living below poverty line, and therefore there is the issue of hunger. You know, they are not getting enough food. In our case, we take heavy breakfast followed by lunch, then evening tea, and again dinner. But in those cases, almost 38% people are not getting enough food. And so is good health, quality education, equality. Number six is very important about the clean water and sanitation. Good that a country like ours have taken a mission known as the Jal Jeevan Mission, where it is committed that by 2024 we will be providing tap water connection to even each house in rural area as well. And then we talk of clean energy, decent work, and economic growth. We know we need economy. The important what which we are addressing is also industry innovation and infrastructure. So we should have a very good infrastructure, which of course we are doing now. If you look the development work which our country has taken up so far, infrastructure is concerned, that is a very commendable. But at the same time, we are talking of industry and innovation, and that is the issue where we are slightly lacking because though there are good R&D institutions, good academic institutions like yours and others, but some of the new innovations so far the industries are concerned is not that much. So they talk that we should talk of innovation. Then we talk of my voice is clear, na? Somebody can respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes,
very
sir.
important is sustainable cities and commuters, and then 12, which is very important. The goal number 12 is very important. That is what we call responsible consumption and production. So the industries are very responsible for whatever they are producing, but at the same time, we being consumer are also responsible how to use it and how to dispose it of. And then we talk of climate action, which we have been experiencing. We talk of climate change, global warming, and even this is the end of December. Still, we use ACs and fan during daytime. So you know that the temperature, rise in temperature and all issues, and because of that climate action, we have to concern about the life below water, life on land. Ultimately, it is a peace, justice, and partnership. So our cleaner production, what I'm trying to emphasize is we are addressing goal number 9 in particular, where we talk of innovation in industries. Goal number 12, where we talk of responsible consumption and production. And of course, 13, 14, and 15, because the climate action is a global issue. And accordingly, the life below water and life on land are equally important. So that is what I'm talk of. As you know that I come from industrial development department, and we need industries. We have been developing industries. And if you talk of growth of Gujarat, so now we are very leading in aerospace and defense, then automobile. But the important for us sector is chemical, petrochemical, pharma, and textile. So that is almost, if put together, almost national 50% of these products are being manufactured in Gujarat. And if you look across the geographical area of Gujarat, we have spread all over, covering all area of Gujarat, having different sectors like engineering, chemical, textile, mineral waste, agro, plastic, paper, and others. So this is what the scenario. And for the smooth development of industries, GIDC, that is Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation, was established in the year 1968 for the smooth development of industries. The very purpose of GIDC is to acquire suitable land for industrial development, then provide needed infrastructures like roads, water supply, electricity, even underground drainage, treatment facilities, and invite industries to come. And so far, as on date, we have got more than 220 industrial estates across the Gujarat. Then we also talk of different having 100 plus product clusters. We talk of special economic zones and also the special investment region. As you know, friend, that there is a Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor we call DMIC, and high impact industrial area within 150 kilometer distance on both sides of this dedicated freight corridor is having investment potential of, if you talk of US, it's almost $90 million. Uh, and if you look at the length of that DMIC, almost 1500 kilometer. That is out of 1500, almost 560 kilometer passes through Gujarat. And we are developing very important what we call spatial investment region across on the both the side of this DMIC. The very important is Dholera Spatial Investment Region, which we are developing in 900 square kilometer plus, having all facilities like innovation center, industries, logistic, knowledge, IT related industries, commercial, residential, entertainment, all that. So that is what we will be putting with the provision of 900 plus MLD water supply, and also the latest sewage treatment plant, so that we can recycle each drop of treated wastewater, and so as common effluent treatment plant to treatment and recycle or use. Another important, friends, is very near to our Bharuch Engineering College. That is, around 50 kilometer from Bharuch. That is Dahej. We have petrochemical and petroleum investment region, which we are developing in 450 square kilometer. The main focus sectors is the chemical and petrochemical. Phase 1, 2, 3 are already being developed, and we are talking of further development. We have provided all needed infrastructures, including underground effluent pipeline, common effluent treatment facilities, and also disposal facilities of treated wastewater. This is just to give you an idea that how big Dholera would be. You know that the Singapore country is having around 700 square kilometer area out of, and we are developing 900 square kilometer in Dholera. What I'm trying to tell you that Dholera will be developing 1.3 times of Singapore country itself. So you can imagine the type of development which we have been taken. Back to our main thing, that is waste. So that is what we are considering. What is waste? And friend, you know that in cleaner production there is no waste. It is basically, it has certain resources, but we do not know the value of it. So that is very important. Whenever we talk of waste, it is not waste, but some resources, but it is a misplaced. We do not know the value of it. Why it is arising? It is arising out of inefficient use of utilities. Whatever process we have employed, undertaken, whatever the mole to mole reaction we talk, the stoichiometry, or the role of catalyst and utilities, somewhere there is something which is not efficient, and therefore what we are getting along with the product, and that what we call waste, which could be byproduct or unreacted mass or your raw material or something like that, which is has some resources. So in cleaner production, the basic definition waste is, it is a misplaced resources. Again, back if we talk of different waste, it could be domestic waste which we generate from our household, industrial waste which is being generated from industries, and again there is another commercial waste which is from the commercial complexes, offices, shops. Now we talk of shopping, big malls, theaters, and all that. So this is broadly we are classifying. And as you know that domestic waste, which comprises of garbage and rubbish, which we throw in our dustbin, could be bottles, cans, clothing, compost, or some food packaging, food scraps, newspaper, and whatnot. So for industrial waste is concerned, along with dirt and gravel, it is the solid waste I'm talking. We have building waste, masonry, concrete, scrap metals, oil, solvents, again back to liquid, then chemical, solid, liquid, and all hazardous waste, which is from industries, and again back to the commercial waste. As you know that it is from the different commercial complexes, offices, shops, restaurants, and all that, which could be biomedical waste if it is hospital, which is of course hazardous and all that, along with some electrical waste or demolition, as I told you, the construction and demolition waste and other food and everything. So that is what by and large. So again, if we go for detailed classification, the residential could be your electronic, food, plastic, stationery, furniture. Commercial again, same thing, electronic, food, plastic. But then we have also got from the stationery waste, which is too much from our offices. And industries, again, we can classify non-hazardous and hazardous. The non-hazardous could be the food, plastic, because we are now recycling it. The biomedical waste is, of course, a waste, hazardous, but now we have got all facilities. But so far, hazardous waste from industries which we are dealing, concern is the sludge from, effluent treatment plant or common effluent treatment plant. It could be your spent acid, oil, grease, and solvents and catalyst and all that. So broadly, these are the classification. Again, so far liquid waste is concerned, talk of domestic, then it is the wastewater from your toilets, what we call black water and grey water. And again, so far industries are concerned, it is effluent from the different reactors, from the different units, which liquid again, it could be inorganic, organic, oil, water. But the main thing which we are focusing is hazardous, is of course your sludge from ETP, and again same thing, spent acid, solvent, catalyst. And then we also have electronic, food, plastic, and stationery and biomedical waste. So these are the broadly classification of waste. And because of any comments on my this thing, I'm hearing some voices. So if it is there, please raise your voice.
Any
Should I
query?
complete? Yeah, any query? Because I've been listening some voice, so I thought there are certain queries. If not, then I request to unmute their mics.
Participants are requested to mute their mics. It is creating disturbance. Please mute if it is not required. If you want to ask some question, please ask.
Please ask. Someone have unmuted their mic, so I request, if any question, please ask, or otherwise kindly mute. Okay, so why we should concern about waste management? Because as you know that because of improper management of waste, there are issues of pollution problems. It could be air, water, soil, noise, and all that, which are creating very indecency. And taking into the account, it is good that there was a historical judgment of what we call Civil Special Application 770 in the year 1995, where Honorable High Court come out that, well, your industries which are located in and around Ahmedabad are generating some waste which could be hazardous. And because of this hazardous waste, there are issues of pollution. And because of pollution, there are issues of health and also affecting our crop. So good that before that we were not aware, to be very honest and frankly. Though there was a Water Act, there is a Water Act 1974, Environment Protection Act 1986. But we, being Industrial Development Agency, not never took it very seriously until this historical judgment was given in the year 1995. And then we realized that, okay, our industries, particularly the chemical industries, are generating something which is hazardous, and that is causing problem. So that was the starting point, I believe, then that we took it very seriously and starting thinking about the uh, environmental protection measures through a waste management. So initially, as you know, that we went for the end of pipe, that is you just generate waste, take it to the one point, and then treat it. So the first time idea came for the treatment waste management through treatment was after this 95 and 96, 97. We started thinking and very first common effluent treatment plant because in industrial area, maximum, mainly we have, the small and medium entrepreneurs. For them, technically, it is not feasible to have their own ETP, and financial viability was also not there. So first time the concept of common effluent treatment plant emerged after that 1995 judgment, and first common effluent treatment plant was commissioned in the year 1997 at Vapi of 55 MLD capacity. And good that we further carry forward, and as on date we have this common effluent treatment plant facilities at around 35 in different industrial clusters. So, and we have created almost more than 750 MLD capacity treatment capacity, and that is, friends, the highest capacity treatment facilities which we have created. Not a single state in our country has so far reached for this much 750 MLD treatment capacity through common effluent treatment plant. At the same time, as you know that when we deal with the liquid waste management through treatment facilities, we are also generating hazardous sludge, that is solid waste. So your process waste, which could be hazardous, and the sludge from our effluent treatment plant also required for some treatment, and therefore we have provided at almost more than 9 places, which are 7 in under operation, 7 plus 1 operation, and 4 already kept. So almost more than around 18 treatment, storage, and disposal facilities of solid waste have been provided through secure landfill site, what we call engineering landfill site. Again, beyond that, we have also provided common spray dryer, common multi-effective evaporator at 16 places. Uh, and we are conducting, MBA air monitoring as a part of waste management, and also the wastewater which is after treatment is being disposed of at a safe disposal point. And for that, we have executed very expensive sea disposal pipeline in case of Ankleshwar, Panoli, Jagadia, and the Dahej, where we have provided a deep sea discharge. So that is what I wanted to tell you about the uh, waste management so far, end of pipe concept, which we have implement, and yeah, we are running successfully in Gujarat. These are some photographs of common effluent treatment plant, and every common effluent treatment plant is having a very good environment laboratory. We can have different process. This thing initially we go for the lime dosing because mainly we receive acidic effluent, and then we segregate right from the first point uh, through highly concentrated. We take to common multi-effective evaporator and common this MVR, and then it is condensate, then to spray dryer, and then we get power this powder or salt, which is being sent to the disposal facility. On the other, the less concentrated uh, we take with the conventional treatment plant through screen, and followed by this grid chambers. It's a conventional like equalization tank and flush mixture, primary clarifier, aeration tank, again secondary, and then final clarifier. And then we take sludge from primary and secondary clarifier, take to the sludge thickener, go for decontainer, and then sludge disposal site. So this is the conventional. And after treatment, for example, at our Ankleshwar, Panoli, Jagadia, we have provided one common effluent treatment plant. We are receiving the partially treated waste from Panoli, Ankleshwar, Jagadia at one point. We have a common effluent treatment plant facility of 40 MLD, which we are augmenting to 75. And again, we are disposing of that treated wastewater into the deep sea almost 10-kilometer pipeline into the sea. And that facility we already created of 75 MLD. So you can imagine the type of work which we have put on. This is what in nutshell we are collecting and taking the disposal pipeline into the deep sea. And that is at Dahej, which is close to you, which we are under commissioning. Again, the same thing, same conventional, where we have equalization grid followed by before that grid, neutralization, clarifier, and then we have secondary treatment plant. We have provided oxidation ditch, and then again from there we are taking to the because we are facing some ammonia, so removal of that system also we have provided, followed by your tertiary clarificator. We add polyelectric sludge is also being taken to thickener and filter press, and then after dewatering, it is being sent to the TSDA. This is what the some photographs of our Dahej CETP, which is already commissioned and running 40 MLD. So what I've been discussing about the overall waste management concept, earlier no management, so just ignoring. Unfortunately, our parameters of pollution are concentration based, that is mg per liter. So dilution and dispersion was there. And then what I have discussed is the constructive, and that is end of pipe. So far we have provided so many facilities. So this was the approach. The waste is being collected from different reactors, taking to the one point, treat it and disposal. So that is the first concept of waste management, of providing treatment facilities. And again, these are some pipelines which we have laid into the deep sea marine diffuser arrangement. You can see some what the diffuser we have provided at Dahej, almost 4 kilometers into the deep sea to achieve 150 times dilution. These are very costly. I mean, if you talk of cost, the capital cost itself is more than 200 crores. And to run all these facilities of common effluent treatment plant, in most of the cases, we are spending 1.5 to 1.5 to 2 crores. So you can see the type of money which we are spending. These are some photographs of our solid waste already kept at one side, temporary right side. The left side above is a temporary capping through sheets. And also at one place, Vapi, we have provided retaining wall to protect the solid waste. Again, these are some multi-effect evaporator spray dryer. And at one of our TSDF, we have, after capping, having one temple also. This is the site of Naroda. So this was the concept. Earlier, that economy and ecology was going in opposite direction, not reaching to any point. Through end of pipe, what we have provided is a very sensitive balance, what we call seesaw. One at one plus economy, at one side ecology. So slightly more on ecology if you talk parameters and all that, then our economy is hampering. And if I talk of too much of economy through industries, our economy is hampered. So this is also not the sustainable development. But the tool which we are promoting is a common effluent treatment plant. I mean this cleaner production, where we take economy and ecology together. I mean, whenever there is an industry, we also first tell them that how best you can reduce your waste right at source itself. So this is the most sustainable concept where economy and ecology are working together, and that is what I call a proactive approach towards the environmental management, and that is the cleaner production from reactive to what we call proactive. So right from the designing of your industries, you must think about the sources where you will be generating waste, and then you think at first time how best you can reduce. If not everything, then you think of recycle, reuse, or recover. So these 3, 4, or 5 R's are very important: reduce, reuse, recycle, recover. And with this concept, long back in the year 1999, when UNIDO, that is United Nations Industrial Development Organization, approached to us and requested for the industrial, this highly industrial sector, Gujarat being, that how you can best apply this cleaner production concept. So these are our activities. So mainly activities are our orientation and awareness program, followed by a training program. We provide trainings to students and to industry. And the very important things which we have been doing is the demonstration project. So we what we call CP assessment in the wheeling industries, where we take up the task of generating cleaner production tools after studying their process and with the structured methodology we derive using cleaner production tools a cleaner production assessment project which is being implemented by the industries. We also monitor the implementation. So the scenario change is here that the waste stream earlier which you are collecting and taking at one point in cleaner production now we segregate waste stream. We look at the waste stream that why it is there, when it is there, what it is there, what does it contains, volume, the parameter, the characteristics, and then we realize that well it is there are certain resources. So after that characterization, we apply our CP opportunities where we can, minimize their waste. So that is the difference. In earlier endopipe management, simply collect and treat. Here, instead of collecting, just study why it is there, when it is there, what it is there. UNIDO has a well-defined six-step methodology, which we started getting started. So the very first step is to have a CP team, qualified chemical engineers, environment engineers from our side with the industry side, the production manager, the process in charge, and the people all. And then we go for the listing out of process steps, different steps with the flow diagram. So once you do that, then we study where you are generating waste, and for that particular reactor, we go for the material and energy balance and assign cost to the this one and identify what are the causes. And after knowing the causes, we apply, develop what we call CP opportunity. And the best opportunity which is selected is again reviewed how far technical feasible, financial viable, and of course environmental aspects. There should be improvement in environment. Then we prepare a detailed CP implementation schedules which is given to the industry for the implementation. And we also monitor time by time and guide the industry for the implementation. So that is what the methodology, well-defined methodology by UNIDO. And these are very simple tools, which are again also defined by UNIDO. And the best is the reduction at source itself. So that is the best solution, and that is done through good housekeeping, then through process changes, which could be raw material changes, equipment modification, better process control, or whenever you go, you can go for the green chemistry, clean technology. On the other side, we explore possibilities of recycling, which could be on-site reuse and recovery, or there is the possibility of creation of some byproduct. And also we discuss about the product modification, that can we go for the non-hazardous product. We have generated number of success stories of our cleaner production implementation. So far in our Gujarat is concerned, I can, given the time limit, I can discuss something. This is very important. There is a case of waste value recovery from the waste. It is a case study of industry which was manufacturing 2 naphthalene monosulfonic acid. So the effluent was partially, concentrated after selective neutralization, and the crystallization yielded mixture of two valuable organic components, which can't be separated. So that was the task. So therefore, the amination process was carried out to make amino, naphthalene, and monosulfonic acid and disulfonic acid, which can be separated basis on the basis of their solubility differences. Of course, there was a good investment, but as we could recover the useful material, the returns on investment was hardly 1.5 years. So that is what we got to uh, byproduct recovery product from their mother liquor based on their different solubility, which is again a sellable item for the industry. So what earlier a mother liquor and every waste was going to ETP, now they could able to recover to valuable byproduct. Another example in Surat, as you know, our textile industries are uh, creating or generating chindi waste, we call the small pieces of clothes, which are boycotted or which are being thrown. So in this case, the concept was waste to energy. So their effluent, which was having high salt and which cannot be treated with the conventional biological process, and because of ZLD, they were have to evaporate, multi-effective evaporator, for which they need, energy. So the energy cost was very high because they were using natural gas. But then they changed slightly co-processing, and that shredding waste, which was being shredded, chindi waste, and being by process to their fuel, which tells us the saving in natural gas, because almost we could able to save more than 40% of natural gas with the co-processing of this chindi waste, and that syngas which was generating was being used for their multi-effective evaporator. There are another example of replacement of alkaline scouring with bioscouring enzyme for enzyme scouring. The description says that scouring is carried out to remove impurities that are present in cotton. They get gray cotton from Bhiwandi, which contains so many impurities. So the very first step is the scouring of that clothes to remove the impurities, which is done at high temperature, about 100 degrees centigrade, with sodium hydroxide, which produces strong alkaline effluents having pH more than 12, which requires, acid for neutralization, and also high organic loads as well. So the very concept of replacement of that alkaline scoring with bioscoring, so in practically there was no investment, and on the contrary, against investment, there was saving of almost 50 lakhs per month, and it how it is being implemented in few industries of Surat textile industry. There are another example of recovery of flash steam in dyeing range to preheat boiler. So earlier the flash steam which was there being a wastage, and which they could divert it to preheat the boiler feed water. So of course there was an investment, but if you see the payback period, because the heat requirement was gone down because of preheated water through that flash steam, the payback period was only 10 days. So that is what the attraction part of cleaner production here, that whatever you invest your money, there is a calculated returns on investment, the payback period. Another example of cement industry is located near Mehsana, where they were getting excess air. Uh, so they just brought it on the roof, and they provided a small windmill, which you can see. And through that windmill, they are generating electricity. So earlier a waste, now they are generating electricity. Another example is the plastic waste. We have got many paper recycling industries, mainly at Vapi. And you know that we don't get enough waste paper. So many paper industries are importing waste paper from the European countries. And most of those waste paper are laminated with plastic. So the plastic was an issue because when they go for recycling for the manufacturing of cardboard and packaging material, they have to remove this plastic. So the plastic was the issue from them. For some time, the plastic was hazardous, so they are supposed to put it into the landfill site. Then it is non-hazardous, and there is no fun of using your landfill site for just plastic. So this plastic was having very high calorific value, and that lead to an idea that can we reprocess in some cement industries kiln. So they installed a on-site baling machine to bale the waste plastic, compress the loose plastic, and then it is being sent to the cement industries for the co-processing. So this is the scenario that earlier the plastic co-process was very less. Now it is increasing. Now it is a common practice where plastic is being sent to the cement industry for using in the kiln as a uh, co-processing. The part of plastic having a high calorific value. Another example, we are generating ETP sludge from our effluent treatment plants, primary and secondary as well. So the particular waste from the paper and pulp industry, again, we realize that it has certain, there is a possibility of energy recovery in this atmospheric fluid bed combustion, we call AFBC, and therefore it was done, and we could able to generate steam, which is being used for the generation of electricity. So these are some friends examples of we have documented number of examples, but these are examples of our implementation of cleaner production in waste management, which is a proactive. Good that Gujarat being very proactive. A subject of cleaner production has also been introduced at environmental engineering level in the seventh semester. A subject is being taught, and good that we have compiled a book on cleaner production, which is being used as a reference. So that is how we initiated the first step of using this book. Also to motivate industries to come forward, more and more. Uh, the government thought that why industries are not coming, because if you do something new, something innovative, you need some apprehension, I mean appreciation and motivation. So good that the government of Gujarat has instituted a CP award, we call, which is given to the industries who have set an exemplary work of implementation of cleaner production. When Honorable Modi ji was here as CM, this award was started from the year 2005-6, and first ceremony was conducted when he was CM here. Then it is being followed up every year, where we invite applications from the different industries about their cleaner production approach, and after a selection through jury, this award is given to the industry. Along with the award, a cash prize of 50,000 is given to the industry, but then industry has to give it to the person who has got that those innovative ideas and generated CP options. So this is how to motivate industry. The award is being done. Also, another waste management we are talking of different. So we have taken up very recently an awareness program on e-waste management. So there are well set of e-waste management 2016 and 18 and all that, but still the awareness among average people is not there. So very recently we are conducting the e-waste management, because as you know, friend, that we have more than 30 e-waste recyclers in our country already registered. So, but the proper collection management of that e-waste is not being done. So that is what we are trying to have a proper e-waste collection system, so that it goes to the proper recyclers, and you also get a real value of your electronic. Again, we are conducting green skill development program under we are part of ENVIS, Environment Information System. We are resource partners of this NVIS, MOEF and CC Government of India, where we are conducting regularly the Green Skill Development Program for 15 students in each category of operation and maintenance of ETP, STP and CETP, and also 15 batch for the cleaner production assessor. Because we also foresee that the one side the treatment is also necessary, we need skilled people. On the other side, we also think of this proactive tool, and we are training the fresh engineers to go as a cleaner production assessor. Uh, I think I'm very close to the my discussion. Um, and again, two resources very important, which I wanted to tell about water and energy. But before that, I don't know, Dr. Vaghela Sahib is there. Uh, Somebody from the
Vaghela sir.
organization.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, no problem. No, no. In fact,
Yes, sir.
it's all right, ma'am. Morning, I was traveling from Vapi.
Yes, sir.
I used to travel a lot, and I was carrying my tablet with me. Good that not this laptop. A small bag was there, having my tablet and some other materials which I was preparing for this today's presentation.
Okay.
Yesterday night, I traveled from Vapi to Ankleshwar. I had an halt at Ankleshwar, and then I added certain slides, particularly on this global warming and this COP26 in my tablet. Some references of down to earth and some other magazine. But unfortunately, an incident had happened very close to Gandhinagar, where some boys stopped our vehicle and asked our driver that, oh, there is something, oil or something is coming out from your vehicle. So my driver stopped that vehicle. I was sitting on the rear side along with my bag where the tablet was there, and then he said, no, there is nothing wrong in it. So some another person knocked that closed window and asked me about certain address. And then I got some smell and I started sneezing. So I just opened the door, came out, and that fellow was talking in some other language and I could not understand. Then I realized that something mishap. By that time, the other chap opened the other side door and took away the small bag wherein my tablet was there.
Oh
So
my
my
God.
few books and my tablet, along with some regular medicine because I was away for 4 days, and with some my puja samagri. I read some holy books. So morning only while reaching to Gandhinagar just few hours back, I lost this tablet and all that. Where I have put on some another case studies about the waste management. But sorry because I'm not able to now recall and recollect. So I'm using the same old presentation which was prepared when I left for Vapi. Kindly excuse me. But there are certain things which I can share your faculties or your students later on who are interested in more about this cleaner production or clean technologies. We are also talking of green chemistry and all that. We are attached with a green foundation at Bombay, which is being floated by some ex-students of IIT Bombay. So maybe whenever required, we can still discuss that. But now I'm limiting that to important resources like water, like yesterday, because these are very common slides. I started my career as a water supply engineer in Ajmer, and I know how precious water is. Yesterday enough, today at cost. At the age also, we are putting desalination plant where we are spending 650 crores. So you know the at what cost we will be giving water to the industries. So we have to think about these important resources. Otherwise, tomorrow we may have to face this situation, which we already facing in some part of our countries. At the same time, energy, which is also very important utilities in our in industry. So energy, yeah, yesterday we had enough. And good that Gujarati is power plus. Today also we have electricity, but at cost, the tariff in our state is the highest. But if we are not vigilant, unfortunately, we may have to face this situation. But therefore, important message I wanted to give that these resources are very important. So use of water and energy, along with your raw material, catalyst, and all things, very important. And unfortunately, our industries, being very small and tiny, are not aware of how about the utilities, and many times they do not know the stoichiometry and not aware about the mole to mole reaction, and therefore they are generating huge waste. So I request all young professionals, professors, and students who have their long career to study their process in detail, design a new process such that you need minimum these resources, and also you generate less waste. So with this, I limit my discussion or my interaction. You can follow us on Twitter as well. And any questions or any suggestions or any clarification, I am available. Only thing that with your permission, I will start my lunch.
Please, sir. Thank you, sir, and sorry to hear about the incidents which you have shared with us. Am I audible?
For many years I've been traveling, and during odd hours also, and it has
Okay.
happened to a very not isolated place, but between near Karai Bridge, between what you call Nana Chiloda and Karai Bridge, close to that ring road. There was a
Okay.
movement of traffic. I mean, there were vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
It
Good that I
happens.
could save so many other my valuable things.
Yes, sir. Sir,
But only thing
I
that
would.
I missed some of good slides which I was preparing during my visit at Vapi and Ankleshwar. I could have given
Okay.
some more information. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I would like to ask you one question. Can our students join internship program at your organization?
Yeah, in past we have been we have been associated with some colleges like PDU and IIT and all that. Yeah, but since you are located in a very good cluster of industries around you, no? Talking of
Yeah.
Bharuch, is it?
Yes, sir.
Government, yeah. So I'm working on some projects near Bharuch. It could be Dahej, Jagadia, or Ankleshwar. So let me work on it, and if real some work would be there, naturally I will approach to you, and you can have
Yes.
some 4 5 students. How much time they can spare? I don't know, because
Sir, they have to go for 12 weeks internship.
so that is enough. It's yeah, good.
Yes.
So we can consider. Only
Yes,
thing
sir.
that at the preliminary level we are discussing at industry, once they are convinced, because we want
Yes,
to
sir.
give them practical training.
Yes, sir.
Immediately after some theoretical concept, we'll take to them to the industries where they can really work on what I have discussed. Certainly we'll do that. Certainly I will look into it and get back to you.
Sure, sir. We will be highly obliged, sir, if you provide this opportunity to our students.
No, no, sure. It is or otherwise our mandate to train students.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I'm searching such industries. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Any question from audience participants? I think we are at the end of the session. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for sharing all the information regarding cleaner production, e-waste management, and all the success stories. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. We are highly obliged with your presence. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you and wish you all the
Thank you,
best.
sir.
Great future ahead.
Okay,
More
thank you.
challenges. At the same time,
Sir,
there are challenges, there are opportunities also. So I wish you all the best to all participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.